Since Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post have refused to publish an endorsement, they have lost about 10% of all of their subscribers. And this is absolutely cataclysmic, especially at a time when Jeff Bezos himself admits that the trust in media is at an all-time low. So if news media trust is so low, why would a neutral stance, one where they don't want to pick a side, why would that cause them to lose subscribers? It's pretty simple. When you pay for media, you expect a certain type of media in return. If something's free, the cost to consume it is nothing. And therefore, you might not have certain expectations of that organization. But once you are a subscriber, you tend to assume that what you are subscribing to also prescribes to your worldview. And the Washington Post has always tended to be a center-left paper. And this isn't the only place that we've seen this. Recently, Canadaland has actually lost a lot of subscribers. And listen, I like the work that Jesse Brown and Canadaland do. But a lot of people have stopped listening to Canadaland and stopped supporting them because of Jesse Brown's views and what he has said about Zionism and anti-Semitism. And while I don't think all of the criticisms are warranted, I do think that there is an expectation that when somebody gives their money to a news organization, that news organization aligns with that person's worldview. And if either that organization changes or your personal worldview changes or something new comes to light that makes you feel as though that organization doesn't represent you, you pulling your subscription, your money from that organization, that makes sense. But we also need to be careful because what happens when progressives start pulling all of their funding from the only news organizations that have progressive worldviews? It is much more profitable to be a right-wing news organization in both Canada and in the US. It is just a financially easier landscape. That is compounded by how strong-willed and strong-minded many progressives are, especially with their money and who they will give it to. But I think it's a good thing that the Washington Post lost about 10% of their subscribers. Yes and no. I think it's a good thing that they will maybe be woken up to the fact that this is who their subscriber base is, and they should be doing what they can to make sure that those people are happy. But at the same time, in the case of the Washington Post and Canadaland, if you want to see progressive media exist, you have to support it. And I understand that you will not agree with everything, and there will be some lines in the sand, and that might be the point at which you stop supporting. We then can't be shocked and surprised when we have no progressive media left.